I was like, are we already starting already? Like, I have no idea what's going on, or...
We have not started yet. Not officially, not until I hit the start streaming, which I've already hit the start streaming, but...
okay. Appreciate the, tell me that we're ready, but...
All right, yeah, from now...
You-
I'm sorry. From now on, I'm just going to let you know if we're on the air or off the air yet.
Yeah.
You know, yeah, which I
I
probably
don't
should have...
say something, it's like, oh, shit, we're live, you know what I mean? Like, oh...
I should have done that 3 years ago, but, you know... that'll be in. I'll let you know when we're live. Anyways, we're live. So welcome to the show, people. This is Wednesday, December the 10th. Only got a few more dates until Christmas, and after that, the end of the year. So, and then for us, it's a few more dates until our year-end show, which we will be doing our choices, opinions on what we thought was the best of and worst of for the year that is 2025 for professional wrestling. But tonight, we're here to talk about John Cena. And if you tune into the show, you already know who I am. I am the prototype, Drew Yari. And with me, as always, is the Dr. Thugonomics.
Actually, it's Justin from Spinebuster Tees and SpinebusterTees.com.
You have a PhD in thugonomics, sir. I believe in you. But no, welcome to the show, people. We are here to talk. It's probably not gonna be too long of a show. I think. I think we can do an hour, at best. Yeah, we can do an hour.
It's probably gonna go longer, most likely.
Yeah, probably longer. Maybe like an hour and a half, like we usually do. But. Yeah, Raw, I'll just put it out to you. I didn't watch Raw. I only saw clips, and from what I saw, it really wasn't that much to write home about.
I really enjoyed Raw this past week.
Right, so you can kind of give your quick thoughts on Raw. Obviously, me and Jeff...
I mean, we don't have to. If you didn't see it, I don't think we should be able to go into it. So let's just, go with the plan for tonight.
Right, and then Saturday, of course, I did my... we did the Deadline post-show. Yep. With me and Jeff Littman, or Evil Dose as he's known as. It was a really good show. We actually got some people in the chat and also in the YouTube chat, and we got some new stuff.
You did not go to the show, I'm assuming.
I'm sorry. Oh no, tickets are too goddamn expensive.
Yeah, I know they were astronomically high.
Yeah, fuck TKO. But our show was pretty good, and we got some new subs. You know, while we were recording. So currently we're at 178.
Well, was it always at 178?
So here's the thing. On Thanksgiving, because I usually, I'll put up a link saying, hey, join the YouTube, blah, blah, blah. And I looked at YouTube and it said 180. So I was like, okay, I don't know if that was like a glitch or whatever. I'm
yeah,
assuming
a lot of times what happens is, and I'll give you insight here, sometimes bots can subscribe to the channel, and once YouTube finds out that's a bot, it will remove it from your listing.
That makes a lot of sense.
Not to say that that's what happened. I'm just saying
I'm thinking that's what happened, because it went from 180 back to 172. But as of late, especially with a lot of the reels I put up, or shorts, whatever you want to call them, not just for our show, but for the Metal Drive Hoops podcast I do with my friend Anthony, and also recently with a Saturday show with Jeff, it went from 172 to 178. So, which is good for the show, good for all of our shows on the channel. So,
yeah, typically, and you know. When it comes to YouTube, a lot of times for growth, from what I've been seeing is that, most folks, they begin 20, 30 subscribers a month to I guess what's the word I'm trying to look for, but to expedite growth on the channel. So
right,
but hopefully we'll get there someday.
Right, and I noticed, because I looked on the YouTube Studio, a lot of our or subs come from the shorts. So the shorts really do help.
Oh yeah, shorts. Yeah, it definitely does help for sure. Yeah.
When I put them on TikTok, when I put them on obviously YouTube, but TikTok or Instagram. So yeah, the shorts really do. They do the channel a lot of good. So
do you get more views on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, or does it vary?
It's kind of in between TikTok and YouTube. I've noticed
Nice.
YouTube we're getting more views, especially with like certain titles. If it's like something very topical or something very, I say clickbaity. Sometimes clickbaity can be good as long as you're actually talking about what you're going to talk about. Because some people will use clickbait and then they'll just kind of regurgitate something that like 1,000 people have said already. But in this case, like for example, for the show I do with my friend Anthony, I put up a short, and during the episode from last week, one of the conversations that I brought up was about the LeBron James and Michael Jordan comparison, and
Right.
I just said what I've always said, which is like I never got the comparison because they're two very different players, blah blah. And that's
Yeah.
actually the highest viewed short that I've ever put up on the channel. Like it's gotten the most likes, views, and comments. So,
Well, good. That's awesome.
and yeah, YouTube obviously, and then depending on what the title is and like the
Yeah.
hashtags.
YouTube is very SEO title oriented. So, like, if you have the right titles in your live streams or videos, like, you'll get found a lot faster. Because, like, when you type something in, right? Like, if you're searching for a video on YouTube, you're typing certain key phrases in. So
Right.
so when you put a title up, you gotta think about those key phrases or what you like. Like, you gotta think about it as like, if I'm looking up this video, like, how would I look it up and how I'm gonna title it based on how I'm looking it up. So it's yeah, it's just one of those things that you got to like kind of think about before you
Right.
um like dive into that. But we can talk about that all day. People are not here for that. We can
Right. Right. Just in
about professional wrestling.
right. Just in closing, I noticed TikTok is where we get the I guess the more colorful comments is the best way to put it. It's usually just the people to argue with us, which is
Sure.
funny.
That's good. I mean, yeah, I welcome other people's opinions.
One guy called us out of
Well,
shape
listen.
nobodies.
What's that?
One guy called us out of shape nobodies.
Okay. Well, I know I'm not out of shape, so.
I mean, I'm definitely out of shape. Nobody. It depends on who you ask. But yeah, it was the video about Stephanie Vacour about how WWE's failing her so far, and again, this dude had like a picture of a cartoon and only like 17 followers. So I thought that was funny. But anywho, that's enough of that.
I mean, I don't care about that, but
I mean, I don't either. I just think it's funny. But yeah, so I guess quick thoughts. What did you think of Deadline on Saturday?
it was a great show. Definitely better than fucking Survivor Series. That's
Agreed.
for sure. The Survivor Challenges matches, Iron Survivor Challenges was great. The only match I didn't really love was fuck.
Was it the
Fuck
Ethan Page
name.
match?
No, I thought it was okay, but it was the Tam Paxley match. I didn't really love. I didn't think it was bad, but if I had to pick one, I was like, I could go with that. Was probably that match. So
Yeah, I mean, I didn't dislike it. I know Jeff said he liked it a lot. I just thought it was okay. The crowd seemed to be into it,
Yeah.
but it was kind of predictable. Like it had a very predictable ending, just based off of how Tatum's matches usually end. I mean, the stuff with the dolls.
right.
I know that's her shtick. I just think it's goofy. I really do think it's
it's
goofy.
like it's kind of like with Alexa Bliss, right? You know what I mean? Kind of like with the whole when she was doing the whole Bray Wyatt, gimmick for a while, and I won't say I'm not saying it reminds me exactly of that, but I just kind of in comparison. That's all.
Right. What was your favorite match?
Favorite match? Probably the men's Iron Survivor.
Oh, okay. I really liked the women's. I thought the women's was really good. Very unpredictable because you picked Jordan Grace, right?
I did, yes, I did, and I wish I was wrong on that one. I'm
But
glad Kendall Gray won because
me too. Yeah.
I think she has a high upside on her, and she is like to me everything that I said about her that I see her kind of like a Bryan Danielson type, you
Hmm.
know what I mean? As far as not exactly the same moveset, but similar fire and speed and transitions and all that stuff. I think she has a future. She definitely has a future.
Agreed. Like I feel bad for kind of overlooking her because I looked at Soul and then I realized, oh right, Soul's doing the stuff with Zarya. Like
Right.
she's gonna be kept busy with that. Jordan, I think eventually is gonna get the title at like probably Takeover. Um, Kalani been there, done it.
Now which one?
Well, I'm saying the women's title. I think she's gonna be the one to take the title off of Jay-Z.
Oh, you said takeover. I'm like, well, which one?
Oh yeah, the
Uh,
Takeover coming before Mania.
oh,
Um,
okay, gotcha. Yeah, stand
Kalani,
deliver.
yeah, Kalani been there, done. Even though Kalani's been doing good work with her heel turn. Um, Lola been there, done that, and then you got Kendall, which I really wasn't thinking about because I'm like, well, she's the Evolve champion, so I don't really know if I mean eventually they might take the title off of her if they're really gonna go all the way with her, but. Yeah, I like her. I do like her. I mean, on Tuesday, ooh, she needs to really get better at those promos because JC just eviscerated her on the mic. Like,
I mean, look, promos is not everything, just like in rings not everything, right? So she's gonna get better at that. They're gonna help her. Now, even though she's like really, really like good as far as like in ring wise, what's her character? What's gonna make her stand out? Just her being a good wrestler ain't gonna, be the best thing for her, right? She needs something, either a character or some type of yeah, I mean, she doesn't need a gimmick, she just needs a character. Um you know what I mean? Like Stephanie, right? Stephanie, she in all theory, she doesn't really have a character,
mm-hmm,
but she's very charismatic, right?
mm-hmm.
People do love her, so that's the thing I'm thinking is missing from Kendall Gray right now is charisma and having some type of character with her because in ring's only going to get you far for so long, right? Because like even though we see Kendall Gray being very good, if she was in AEW / Ring of Honor right now, it'll be the same thing for her, where she's like very, very good as far as in ring wise, but she will have no character. Even more because AEW doesn't really focus on character work. Oh well, no, I won't say that, but like they pick and choose on who they focus on character work on when it comes to that. But I think she has a future though if they do right by her at the end of the day.
Yeah, true. I mean, again, the point of NXT is to push new talent, because you can't keep pushing the same people because eventually it's like, okay, what else do we have left for you? We can put you on the main roster. That's about it. So, but I'm interested to see where Kendall goes. Speaking of character, what do you think about Shiloh Hill?
I don't get it.
Okay,
I don't get it.
me either.
I look. Look, can he be something in the future? Yes. I'm not saying that he may not be nothing. He may not get good. As of right now, I don't see it.
Right.
What's the difference between him and Baron Corbin?
Ooh, that's. I think he's slightly better in the ring than Corbin.
I don't know about that one, man.
He kind of,
I
well,
don't know about that.
well. Here's the thing. So I said the same thing. I think I was probably being a little bit more cheeky on social media, where I was just like, I hate this already. But I was kind of joking. But no, I kind of still don't get it. But then somebody got mad at me on Twitter, like, oh, you hate, why are you hating? I'm like, whatever.
It's not hating on him. It's like how many of these guys have we seen in the past? Like him. Remember Big Andy?
Well, I mean, he never even fucking wrestled like in WWE, right?
But regardless though, it's the look, it's the how he looks, and like is he good in the ring? He's okay, but like it's it's not. I don't see anything that's gonna stand out with him and have him be like, okay, 5 years from now, where do you see him?
Good point. Unless he does something like blow us all away, like because
Yeah, like he has to like really blow us all the way. But like there's nothing about him. Oh, sure, okay, yeah, he's kind of he has a missing tooth. Okay, great, he's Chris Benoit. That's someone great to be compared to, right?
oh boy,
But like him and Dexter Loomis.
true. I
Dexter
mean,
Loomis is better, right?
yeah.
But is there really much of a major difference?
At the moment, no. But I'll say this. So Jeff Littman kind of knows a little bit more about him because he did the show with Lufisto where they're covering LFG. So like he kind of knows a little bit
Right.
more about him. Pretty much the gimmick is him, like the fact that he's like I guess like what do you call it, like a not like an internet troll, but like a hacker, and he's into like conspiracy theories and stuff. And also,
No, how Jesus Christ, man! Like, what the fuck are they going to be doing? Like, we've seen this gimmick. I don't know how many times or something similar to this gimmick. How many times? Like, how far can this go?
I don't know, but he actually does follow us, Shiloh.
Good, happy, great.
Wait,
What does that matter for him? I don't care. I don't care if he's following. I don't care if he's following me. Comes to my shop and spends $1,000. Don't give a shit.
No,
I'm
no,
just
no,
talking
no, no.
about-
I agree with you. Like, just because we're friendly or whoever to somebody, we still got to be honest. But
Yeah,
I'm just pointing out because like one of the videos I put up for me and Jeff was Jeff's thoughts on Shiloh Hill, and he actually followed us on Twitter and TikTok. So
good. That's awesome.
yeah, so I mean that's pretty cool. But like, yeah, again, just I know I totally get you because at the end of the day, it's like, yeah, he seems like a nice guy. He's I did like him on Tuesday. I thought he had a good match. Granted, he had a guy in the ring with him, Lexus, that kind of made him look better. But again, it's just one of those things of like, we'll see. But I still don't get it. Like, I know anyone can come in and be like, "This is me." I'm like, I don't get it. And maybe I'm not supposed to get it, but in wrestling, for the fans, you got to wow them. Eventually, you got to win them over. Like, it's not a thing with bookers where they're like, I don't get it, but the fans like it, so whatever. Like, for the fans, we have to be on board for it. So, but eventually, I'm going to give this dude a chance. But
Oh yeah, no, I'm not writing him off. What I'm saying is that like there's really like okay between him and Baron Corbin, and it's like we've seen guys like him come through before in WWE and even like in other wrestling companies, and like it's just whatever, right? Like him and this is not exactly the same, but like him and Big Cass.
okay.
Major difference between the two? Not really, not to me at least. Like,
No.
you know what I mean? It's like we seen these guys come in and not do anything relevant in the company. I mean, they may push for a little bit, but I don't see this guy being like a world champion. I don't really see this guy becoming an intercontinental champion or anything like that. He has to have something like very, very unique with him, and I'm not really seeing it right now with them. Hopefully, I'm wrong. Hopefully, we'll see something unique with them. Over the next couple of years, or whatever. But I'm just not seeing it right now. So
No,
I wish him luck.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, deadline overall, very good show. Me and Jeff were in agreement that these Iron Survivor matches blew out the War Games matches. Like, they're much better. They're
Any gimmick match from this year from any company blew out the War Games. The War Games match this year, the two War Games matches this year, was the worst gimmick matches that I've ever seen. Not ever. Oh, sorry. From this year, I'm sorry.
Ayo.
From this year, it was the worst gimmick matches.
Hey, can you do me a favor? Can you take over for a bit? I gotta go take care of something. I won't be long.
Okay. All right, we're here, guys. Oh, Jesus. Let's go to the chat here. If you guys have any questions in the chat, be sure to ask. And let's do a quick Q&A here. We got Maurice here. We got Black T E and Cena Hitman. Cena Hitman, is that Abyss in your picture? Kind of looks like Abyss a little bit there. So, but yeah. But again, if you guys have any questions, shoot them down real quick and see if we can answer them here. Let me see if I can go to the chat here real quick and how I feel about Cena's retirement. I have no feeling towards it. I'm not like, is it gonna be weird with him being gone? Yes, but look, for me in particular, I like John Cena. I do. But I didn't grow up with John Cena. I was already like, in high school when John Cena was coming up, right? I felt sad when Undertaker retired. I felt sad when Shawn Michaels retired. Like, certain wrestlers retiring nowadays, I don't really get sad about. Like, unless it was like an injury or something like that, that's kind of like ends their career or something like that. Or unfortunately, a situation like Bray Wyatt. You know what I mean? But I'm not sad. You know what I mean? It's gonna be weird of him not coming around, obviously, and him not being in attire, and he's gonna be in his suits or whatever, right? But, um, you know, I wish him the best, and whatever he wants to do, I wish him the best. Rumors Brock Lesnar's retirement is soon too. I mean, so guys like Brock and Randy, guys like that. I mean, they're gonna become R-Truth. I mean, R-Truth should be retired already, but that's just my opinion there. But Jericho as well. He's gonna come back to WWE for one last run. Guys like that, man, they're all gonna be good. Punk is around the corner. Cody's gonna be there in about 5 to 6 years. Drew's gonna be there in about 10 years. Drew McIntyre, right? Maybe less for Drew McIntyre actually. The Hardy Boys. They're still going strong there. There's a lot of guys in the next 5 to 7 years that's gonna be gone, and the Miz. Not a lot of people are talking about the Miz, but Miz is gonna be retiring soon too. You'll have to think, right? You can't do this forever. So. But I think, I really think that we're seeing the end of an era here. Yeah, we're gonna be seeing end of an era here, and my era's ended already. So I think literally the only wrestler that I think is still somewhat wrestling that I grew up watching, and not to say that this guy is like one of my favorites or anything of all time or anything like that, but when I first started, right around the time when I first started watching wrestling, Jeff Jarrett, he's still wrestling a little bit.
I'm back,
And
baby.
the Hardys as well, and the Hardys, yeah, because they came around in like '97-ish before they became active guys on the roster permanently. So,
All right, I'm back.
right, I bullshit long enough.
Nice, thank you. Yeah, Deadline. We kind of done with Deadline. Let's see. Oh yeah, just one of the matches goes into a match that's going to happen on Saturday night's main event, which was Obafemi versus Ricky Saints, to which Obafemi won. So Obafemi is now the NXT champion yet again, and he'll be facing Cody Rhodes this Saturday night's main event, which we'll be talking about in a bit. The stipulation was added on Friday Night SmackDown when Ricky Saints and Obafemi were in a backstage segment with Cody. So yeah, it's a pretty big match. Cena, just to kind of skip ahead, Cena's match with Gunther will be opening the show. Because he wants the rest of the show to be dedicated to the talents of NXT.
Or maybe he wants to spend the rest of the time getting drunk backstage.
Yeah, true. There's that too. But how do you feel about Cena opening the show instead of being the main event?
I don't care if it's the opener or the middle of the close. I don't really care.
Okay.
It doesn't matter as far as like it. there's gonna be people, oh my god, Cena's gonna be closing. Like, he could do whatever the fuck he wants. Like, you know what I mean? Is it really gonna affect like the match quality, or is it really gonna affect the way you think about the show one way or the other? No, not really. So
Yeah, no. But I do have a Cena thing. So on Bleacher Report, they have a rank of John Cena's 10 greatest matches of his WWE career.
where is it from?
Bleacher Report.
Oh fuck! This is gonna be like the most casual shit ever.
Yeah, problem. So I'm going to start from number 10. Number 10 was versus Edge at Unforgiven '06. That was the TLC match in Toronto.
Good match.
Yeah, very good match. Good feud. Number 9 was The Rock at WrestleMania 28.
I gotta hear the rest. So I'll probably have that one a little bit higher.
Okay. Number 8 was Cody Rhodes at SummerSlam this year.
That's not a top 10 Cena match of all time.
No. Number 7.
Good match, very good match, but not top 10 Cena match. Like top 10 Cena matches is like match of the year contenders. That one was not a match of the year contender. Still a very good match though.
No. Yeah, you're right. Number 7 was against Shawn Michaels on the April 23rd episode of Raw in 2007 in London. That was when they won an hour.
Yeah, the one that went an hour. Yeah.
Yeah, great match. Number 6 was AJ Styles at SummerSlam 2016.
Yeah. Maybe top 5, top 4, but you know.
I would put it in my top 3. That match ruled.
Yeah. Yes, this is a great match.
I don't know about number 5, Umaga at Royal Rumble 2007.
Very memorable match.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, maybe top 10, maybe lower top 10, but not. Me personally, I wouldn't have it that high, but there's some people who really love that match.
Yeah, that was the Rumble in San Antonio. Yeah, the match was fine. I wouldn't know if I would call it a top 10 match. Number 4, Daniel Bryan, SummerSlam 2013.
Triple H, when Randy was cashing in, ring the bell now, ring it.
You're a B+ player.
That's one of my favorite Triple H moments. Just like, you're such a dick. Love it.
And thus began the Authority. Number 3, CM Punk, Money in the Bank.
Wait. What number is this?
Number 3.
That's absolutely fucking wrong.
I love that match. That was on my birthday, and I watched it on my laptop, illegally. And I just enjoyed my birthday watching that. And I actually bought that match on iTunes. So, whenever I was just bored or when I used to go to the gym, I would just like turn on that match and just like run, walk on the treadmill to that match. So a great match. It had everything it needed: suspense, hype, drama, and the right person won. So
I remember 2011, obviously, right? But I remember watching it at Buffalo Wild Wings. This is when they were showing pay-per-views at Buffalo Wild Wings at the time.
Mm-hmm.
And I was literally one of the only ones cheering for CM Punk. And yeah, I mean, that's one of the best wrestling matches in history, one of the best moments in wrestling, stands up to this day, right? So when people think about like certain eras, so like that was like the PG era best moments, was that for sure. That whole feud.
Oh yeah.
Build up was insane. Loved it.
Okay, now here are the top 2. Number 2, AJ Styles, Royal Rumble 2017.
As far as match quality, like, okay, yeah, sure. I don't have it above Punk and Cena, but if you start watching wrestling in 2015 and that was probably your first great Cena match that you've seen, and you have that your number 2, number 1, sure, but me personally, is the story of Punk and Cena, and and legitimately, like, is Punk gonna leave WWE? Because that was legit. You didn't know if he was really gonna stay or not. I mean, I just think everything that has that involved in Vince getting involved, and and all that was really really good stuff.
Agreed. I mean, I was there for that match. That was in San Antonio at the Dome. Again, good match, but over Money in the Bank 2011. Oh,
Would you say that was the best match you've seen live?
I would say so. I would say so. That was one of the better matches I've seen. Probably, yeah, the best match I've seen live. I'll say that. Well, actually, no. The best match I've seen live was an NXT live event at the Aztec Center, or the Aztec Theater. I'm sorry, with well, not FTR, the Revival versus DIY.
Oh well, okay, yeah.
That was the best match I've seen. Cena and AJ was a close second. Well, a solid second. Number one, CM Punk, Raw, February 25th, 2013.
That was with the pile driver.
Mm-hmm.
No, great match, but no, Punk and Cena. Like, okay, number one, right? Tell me what you remember from it.
The pile driver.
Outside of that, did you remember that before I said that though?
I remember the stipulation was whoever wins this is gonna face The Rock at Mania. Like that.
But like, do you like remember like anything like any spots from the match or anything like that? Like the other Punk match was like, okay, well, the entrances, right? Punk, at the very beginning, like they're booing, and like Punk's like, booing me or booing him? It's like, oh, okay, just like literally everything. The fucking the spot where Punk does the flying knee and instead in the corner it's like just on the ropes regular, and like you can see the slow motion, and Cena takes that shit, right? Obviously when Vince comes out there, right, the false finishes, the counters, the reversals, all that shit. Outside of the power driver from the other match, I don't even know. I don't. Maybe I'll have that. Maybe I'll have that match top 10 still, but I don't know if I even have this match that high. Well, number one.
Coincidentally, Punk names that as his favorite match, like ever.
That's fine. It could be his favorite match. Doesn't mean he's right. I mean, doesn't mean that's his best match.
Well, I'm just throwing it out there. But like again, just like Punk and John told a story, like with that Money in the Bank match, and when you look at John's his list of like his rogues gallery of of feuds, Punk is number one, because you can tell that there was some animosity there at first, because Punk is blue collar. He's the blue collar guy from the indies, and John Cena was the golden goose, so to speak. So you can tell there was some animosity there, and eventually they became really good friends. But that's what made the feud work so well, is because John Cena was the guy who was supposed to have everything, and Punk was the guy who was not supposed to even be on television, and yet Punk always bested John in in almost every match they've been in. So but yeah, the Money in the Bank match is, to me, if we're talking about matches in the last 15 to 20 years, or maybe a little less than that, it's in my top 3, and it might even be my number 1, just of how memorable the story is.
It's definitely in my top 5 for sure.
Right.
I have all different types of matches that are up there. Some that are like not even like to me, like to me. I don't even know if I can really consider this match 5-star, but I love this match. Cedric Alexander and Kota Ibushi from
yeah, I remember that.
That's like it's one of my favorite matches of all time. I mean, just because it was like so different from like what WWE was doing at the time. So, but like, is it really a top 5 wrestling match of all time? No, it's not. So like, it's really just like what kind of matches that your particular taste likes. So, but I think a lot of people though, I think that Punk and Cena Money in the Bank matches, in their top 3, top 5, top 10, top 20, whatever. But I think it's safe to say that if you were born, or if you started watching wrestling like 2005 on, like that definitely should be in your top whatever, for sure. like, Meltzer gave it 5 stars. That's how great it was. You know what I mean? So if Meltzer gave that 5 stars at a time where, like where not a lot of matches was getting 5 stars. Not even New Japan, because New Japan wasn't like really doing great stuff back then. Like, it was rare to get a 5 star match back then. But even if Meltzer gives it 5 stars, it's a great match, and it appealed to like any particular type of wrestling fan.
No, agreed. I mean, because I remember, clearly that summer of 2011, like, that got the attention of ESPN.
It was
Punk.
appointment TV. It was appointment TV. You had to watch every Monday to see when Punk comes out.
That Punk pipe bomb promo. I remember where I was. I was in a gym at a hotel with a former friend of mine, and
I said former friend.
Well, I guess somebody I used to be tight with. That's the best way I'll put it.
Oh, okay.
And I remember watching Raw earlier in the day, and it was, Punk was in the ring with Shawn Michaels. I was like, oh, that's a pretty good promo. And, when Shawn had hair. And then I left to go hang out with him, and then that promo just randomly came on because they were playing Raw in that particular gym. And I just remember seeing that promo and going, oh, shit. He's talking about Brock Lesnar. He mentioned Paul Heyman. He's mentioning Ring of Honor. And I'm just like, damn. Like, this is making me want to fucking watch the show. This is going to make a lot of people talk. Like, even, the guy I was with, like, he used to like wrestling a lot, then he stopped watching it, and he was kind of talking about the promo. He's like, that was a pretty interesting promo.
It got a lot of people back into wrestling for a while.
Very, very, yeah, very true. Yeah, just again, like when you get people outside of wrestling talking about something, you're doing something right. But speaking of CM Punk, John Cena was on Chris Van Fleet, and he mentioned, and Chris Van Fleet just basically did like a name game. When it came to CM Punk, he mentioned CM Punk as his wrestling soulmate. He referred to Randy Orton as smooth, R-Truth as beautiful, Cody Rhodes and Drew McIntyre as resilient, Brock Lesnar as one of a kind, Rey Mysterio as a mentor, and Sami Zayn as the eternal underdog, and Sheamus as the world's tallest wrestler. But when it came to AJ Styles, he referred to AJ Styles as the best to ever do it. He said, Shawn Michaels is going to be pissed, and God, did Shawn ever take care of me? But man, there's not a lot that Styles can't do. He makes difficult look easy. That is not God-given talent. That is practice. When you see talent become seamless, it's because it's been done 10,000 times. And the amount of shit that he can do seamlessly, man, he's the best to ever do it. So how do you feel about those comments that John made about AJ, call him the best to ever do it?
That's his opinion, and some people feel that way.
I love AJ. I'm always going to be a fan of AJ. He's in my top. I don't know if I would say top 10. Maybe 15 is the better way to put it. But Shawn is clearly heads and tails above AJ as far as like opponents that Cena's been in the ring with. Again, this isn't me trying to tell Cena what to do. This is just kind of from someone who's been watching Cena since he first debuted. I'm going to say, obviously, Shawn. They had a lot of really good matches. Punk is his better feud, and also, they had good matches as well. Edge is number 3. They had a lot of really good, memorable feuds. Triple H, I would say maybe a 4 or a 5. Batista, they never really had a chance to have any really good feuds except for that one when Batista was supposed to be...
It was a Mania feud, so...
Right. It's funny, Batista was supposed to be the heel and he was getting cheered. But when you look
that was during mega, like,
Cena,
anti-Cena from the adults.
Oh yeah.
At the time. So.
Yeah, the PG era. That was when it was running wild. But what were your early thoughts? This is kind of I guess like a loaded question. When you first saw John Cena debut, and then his career going forward with Thugonomics and everything else, Like, how did you look at him when he first debuted on the main roster as a prototype, and then eventually, what happened after that?
How I look at him, I was this guy's the future.
So when he debuted on SmackDown, was in June 2002 when he answered, Kurt Angle's.
Well, when he actually debuted, I'm like, okay, they're debuting a new guy, and have him go up against Kurt Angle. So that at the time I was saying like they must really value this guy. You know what I mean? But I didn't know John Cena was the prototype at first because I always saw like, oh, the prototype, but they didn't like at least in the websites I followed, they didn't really like specify who the prototype was or who his name was or whatever, right? It was just a prototype. So
Mm-hmm.
so it took me maybe a little while to learn that, oh, John Cena is the prototype. So oh yeah, I've been hearing about this guy. So
Um, yeah, that was my
your thoughts?
yeah, my whole thing is when he debuted, I'm like, okay, this guy seems like a big deal, or they think he's a big deal because he's out there wrestling Kurt Angle, who's one of the best to ever do it. If we're talking about one of the best to ever do it, and he gave him a pretty good match, and he had that bit with the Undertaker where the Undertaker shook his hand, which I don't think we've had another segment like that recently. There was something kind of similar with Javon Evans and Roman, but that was backstage, not on television. But it's always good to see things like that. When he started doing the rap gimmick, I, like everyone else, like when it's a rap gimmick, when it's the white guy thinking that he's black, it's like, okay, where's this going? And then eventually it got over because you realize this is what this guy really is, because he Cena famously told the story of like he was almost fired, that same year when he debuted, like he was actually told to his face, we're gonna let you go after the holidays, and then Stephanie McMahon saw him rapping, and yeah, that's where his career took off. So, I don't think, anyone that says this guy's gonna be a star, most of the time I think they're kind of bullshitting. With him, it's like I looked at him. It's like he has a good look. Maybe he can be something. He looks like a world champion. I obviously didn't think it would be to this magnitude. Granted, with the WWE machine, once you start to really sell them tickets and get over, and once they sink their claws into you, they can really over push you. And for Cena, like he was on top for 10 years, and how many guys that have been on top that long? Granted, this was during a time when there really weren't a lot of top guys that could carry the brand like Cena. But to his credit, I always thought he handled his top spot with grace and humility, and he was the right guy for that spot because John Cena, unlike a lot of other people, like I don't think you've heard this guy get a traffic ticket. The guy was squeaky clean and did everything the company asked him to do. He adapted with the times. He has, I don't know the exact number, but he has to this date the most requests from Make-A-Wish. And I remember hearing a story where Justin Bieber's camp tried to lie about it, and then come to find out that Cena had more visits than him. So the fact that this guy has an insane work schedule and is willing to take time out of his busy day to make someone's short life mean something is just, it's an attestament to the kind of guy John is. Like, he seems like a stand-up guy, and that's what I respect about him. And then towards the end of his wrestling career is when he started to kind of just be like, I'm just going to do whatever I want and just put over whoever the fuck I want. Like, I don't care anymore. And so I view Cena's career as well earned. And if you're going to talk about who deserves to be in that top spot of not necessarily who's the greatest of all time, but who's the biggest box office attraction of all time, he deserves to be in that Mount Rushmore with Hogan, with Austin, and The Rock. So
Now Roman for sure.
Maybe. But in Kevin
Oh,
Castle.
did you break up or was that me?
No, I just kind of made a sound of I don't know, but
You don't think Roman? Wait, hold on. Roman's not a big box office attraction.
well, he is now.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. I mean, like fucking WrestleMania 38, 39, 40. Like, I mean, this whole new era. I mean, before this year, um, Roman was a big part of that.
No, no, I'm
You
not
know?
saying I'm not saying he wasn't. I'm just saying in comparison to their pushes. With Cena, his push was more natural, but then as he started getting over pushed, that's when the fan hate came.
I'm not talking about pushes. I'm talking about making money for the company.
I'm not saying Roman doesn't make money for the company. I'm just kind of
Oh yeah, yeah. That's what I'm saying though, because like box office to me is, do you put butts in seats? Do you make money for the company? And Cena definitely did that. I'm not saying that he didn't, but I'm just saying that I would probably have. I'll probably like if you're talking about Mount Rushmore. I'll probably have Cena, Roman, Austin, and Hogan in there.
all right. Fair enough.
The only reason why I don't have Rock in there because he wasn't there long enough.
Okay, yeah, good point. Yeah, the Rock's meteoric rise was just that meteoric. It happened for a very short amount of time, and then he went to Hollywood. Which again, no shame in that because he's currently, one of the biggest draws in Hollywood, and he just got a Golden Globe nomination for the Smashing Machine. So good for Dwayne. But I talked long enough. So, like, how do you view Cena's career if you had to sum it up?
Um, to me, I think that people who grew up watching him during the era think he is the GOAT, right? If you think so, that's fine. But history will show you that he wasn't Austin, he wasn't Hogan, he wasn't Rock. Um, it just is what it is with that, right? Not saying that that he sucked or anything or he's overrated. He's not overrated. It's just that when you look him at the annals of wrestling history, I definitely think that you could probably put him top 7, and that's not. I don't want to include other eras or other parts of the world, just because it's subjective to people here in the United States, right? But I can really go on and talk about other wrestlers from other organizations in the world, and some people may not understand it, and some people be like, "Oh yeah, that makes sense. Why you may put that wrestler overseas as far as like total impact and money and all that stuff." So
Right. Yeah, that's kind of how we view Cena's career. Um, what? Well, I think we already talked about it, but like going back to that list from Bleacher Report, like what are some matches do you think should have been on there as opposed to a lot of the other matches, or what do you think should have been ranked higher or ranked lower?
I don't know. What do you think?
I mean, the match with Punk on Raw, it's a top 10 match. I just don't know if it should be top number 1.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, the match at Money in the Bank is obviously number 1. The match with Shawn, top 5.
What about the WrestleMania match with Shawn?
Ooh. Man, I should have thought about this. It's it's top 10 for sure because there was a story heading into that. The match with Triple H I thought was pretty good. I don't know if I'd call that top 10.
From 22.
Yeah.
Okay.
What's another one? I like I know you remember this. I like the parking lot brawl with Eddie Guerrero.
Very memorable. Yeah.
That was kind of like a personal preference for me. That's one of my favorites. Yeah, those are kind of my choices. If I had to really pick one, yeah, that's kind of where. Oh, the match with Brock Lesnar at SummerSlam for the match itself wasn't great, but it was great for other reasons. So that should be in the top 10. What else can we talk about with Cena? I think that's kind of the gist of what we can talk about with John.
Nice.
So yeah, let's talk about Saturday night's main event, which is going to be this Saturday, obviously, December 13 in Washington, D.C. at the Capital One Arena. And like I mentioned, it's going to be John Cena's last match, until it isn't. And it's going to be the opener. So John Cena versus Gunther and his retirement match.
Wait, what?
I was trying to echo. I was echoing.
I really thought there was something going on with my PC.
No, it's just me being goofy. But John Cena versus Gunther.
Gunther's winning. He's tapping Cena out.
Yep, Gunther's winning. Cena's going to do his sad old man look. He's going to give a speech telling everyone that he never gave up, even though he gave up. And like I mentioned, the rest of the show is going to be dedicated to the NXT talent, which is fun because when you look at this card, it's actually
the card is fucking great, actually.
Oh yeah, it looks like a really good show. Which we'll get into the matches later, but Gunther's gonna win. He's gonna make Cena tap, and that's just gonna be another, notch in Gunther's belt.
Does Gunther really need to have this match, though?
No. Mm-mm. I would have. If anything, I would have preferred LA Knight. That would have been.
It's like do I take a shit in the morning or do I take a shit right now? Like, it's still shit.
It's an interesting way to put it, but with Gunther, I think he's just a safer bet of he's going to carry John and get a really good match out of him. So I've been saying for a while, Gunther doesn't need this. I'd rather give it to someone who could use the rub. But again, we're not booking this shit. So, but Gunther's winning. As for the rest of the shoe, you have a tag team match for the World Tag Team Championships on Raw. AJ Styles and Dragon Lee versus Javon Evans and the TNA X Division champion Leon Slater. This is gonna be fun.
Going with the champs. Should be a fucking incredible match.
That's crazy. The TNA X Division champion is gonna be on Saturday night's main event. This is gonna be a fun match, regardless. Javon, they love the shit out of him. Leon, again, the fact that they, are letting this guy get exposure. There's a thing that came out where he had to cancel some bookings this weekend because of it, but it's just how the business works.
I think it was a TNA show.
Ah, okay. No. It was another indie show.
Okay. I thought it was something to do. I thought TNA had something this weekend. Probably not. Okay.
Because I saw the promotion share it where they're like, oh, Leon had to cancel because of blah blah. But this is gonna be fun as fuck to watch. I'm looking forward to this match. Next is you have Bayley versus Sol Ruca.
Oh my god, Bayley. I think Zarya may get involved.
You think they're gonna do it on Peacock, or you think they're gonna wait for like an NXT to do that?
I mean, how much longer are they gonna hold this off?
Yeah, true.
They can do the angle here, make it a big deal, and maybe get some more viewers into NXT to see what the fallout of it.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I mean, if it was me booking this shit, that's how I would do it. But no.
Right. Like I mentioned, the point is Cena wants to get more of a look to NXT. So yeah, you're right. I think Zarya is going to come out afterwards and beat the shit out of Sol. So, and then what I'm assuming is the main event is you have the WWE champion Cody Rhodes versus the NXT champion Oba Femi. Looking forward to this because Oba gets exposure on a bigger stage. I see a Drew distraction.
Yeah, absolutely.
Not
Cody ain't
interference.
losing clean. Cody ain't losing clean. Neither is Oba.
No.
If Oba loses, I think it has something to do with maybe Tony D.
Right.
Which I don't think they will do on Peacock because he will not get a reaction just because most of these fans don't watch fucking NXT. Um, then so I think Drew coming out there screwing over Cody would probably be the right way of doing it.
That or he because he's still suspended, quote unquote. So he'll probably just make it seem like he's walking to the arena and Cody's gonna be so incensed and pissed off that he's gonna lose sight of it, and then Opa's gonna hit his finisher. So
I kind of wish it was Ricky though, to be honest, but whatever.
I mean, that would have been a better match, but I think Ricky. It looks like Ricky's gonna be a heel, and he's gonna be working with Javon on NXT. So I don't know. We'll see. I was thinking during the match, I'm like, I think they might go with Oba because Oba looks like someone they want to push on TV. And I like Ricky, but I don't think Ricky is that guy for that spot. And I'd be more interested to see him be a heel because I think he can pull off being a heel better than being a face. But that's Saturday night's main event. It's going to be this Saturday on Peacock. And if you live overseas, it'll be on YouTube, or if you have a VPN, whatever. But that's it for that. What else? Was there anything else that happened? Did you have any news topics?
Oh, you got the lead here, brother.
Okay. I didn't bring any news. I can pull up some news because we kind of covered everything that is John Cena related. So let me try and.
Well, I mean, we got so much more meal on the bone to talk about John Cena that we haven't touched yet.
Well, you take the lead. Tell me what you got.
What's your favorite John Cena moment?
John Cena moment. I mean, when he debuted on Raw, that was a pretty big moment because I don't think anyone saw that coming. And this was around the time when the internet wasn't as prevalent as it is now, where
I think there was a lot of people that knew he was going to go to Raw because the Raw's the number one show and everyone went to see Cena. And I mean, at least that's the way I felt at the time. Like, I was like, oh, well, Cena's going to Raw sooner rather than later.
I didn't really think of it that way because I just wasn't expecting it. Like, it was a big moment. And, you look at Chris Jericho. Chris Jericho looked like he didn't even expect it either. But yeah, like I mentioned, this is at a time when the internet wasn't as big as it was today, where on the internet you can find out so-and-so is going to debut on Raw this Monday. So that was a pretty big moment. I talked about the parking lot brawl with Eddie. There was what was another big moment? The promo with Punk leading into Money in the Bank, where they're in Boston.
That's my number one right there.
Where Punk, tells them, you're like the New York Yankees, and then Cena punches him in the face. So that was a good one. When Brock Lesnar returned and F5'd him, and then the very next week, Cena came out and smacked him, and they had this huge brawl. So, yeah, another very good moment. And just when he was doing his U.S. Open challenges, those are always pretty fun to watch. And another moment I liked was a moment that happened off screen. It was the night where him and Sting were in a tag team against the Big Show and Seth Rollins. And that was cool enough, but it was what happened when the show went off the air because Cena's big into like the Make-A-Wish thing with kids and whatever, and he announced that there was a kid in the audience who just beat cancer. And so I'm getting kind of emotional thinking about it because it's kids, and he actually goes to the kid and gives her like his wristband, and Sting actually gives the kid his gloves. So I thought that was a pretty cool moment. Those moments always kind of get me right here in the feels. There's so much, and I can't really pinpoint a lot, but I need to think of some more. What were your favorite Cena moments?
I mean, you pretty much covered a lot of them already. I mean, obviously when he was first started rapping as well with any of the raps was really good. But the probably one of his first ones was with the when he was like as Vanilla Ice backstage rapping with Stephanie and all that stuff. So like to start the gimmick, when he challenged Jay-Z to a rap battle at WrestleMania 19.
I remember that.
Um, but change of subject though. What's your favorite John Cena pay per view poster?
Pay per
If you
view
remember them,
poster.
yeah.
Um,
Like what? Like if I were to start naming them, like you'll be like, oh, okay, like I remember that.
yeah,
My favorite.
you're
Sorry, go
gonna
ahead.
you're gonna need to name them because I don't really remember them that well.
I mean, probably my favorite one was the Unforgiven one when it's like black and white and like he's like flexing, he's like all that, and like Unforgiven is like written in blood across his chest and bicep.
I think I know what you're talking about. Hold on.
Or the Judgment Day one where he's like he has his hands on the table, he's like me mugging into the to the camera.
Ah, okay, yeah, I'm seeing the Unforgiven one. That was pretty cool. I like that one.
Yeah, the Judgment Day one. WrestleMania 28, just him and Rock face to face. That was a pretty cool one.
Yeah, that one was good. Mm-hmm.
Just, yeah. Yeah. Any other ones you can think of?
So you mean you like posters or moments?
Yeah. Yeah. That's what we're talking about.
Ah, man. There's one. Oh, I think it's Royal Rumble '04, and that was when he was still
Oh yeah.
the Thugonomics.
Is it like the black and white one?
I believe so. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one. Another good one too. Another Rock and Cena one was Survivor Series 2011. Never before, never again.
And that didn't last long.
Well, they never had another tag team match with each other, so I guess that you know. Well, I like, but that's like one of those phrases that you would always remember. Never before, never again.
A Cena moment I'm thinking of is kind of funny. It's funny to me, as when he was the rapper gimmick and he was a heel, and he's working a match against Ray, and he's making fun of his height, so he gets on his knees and is like, "Oh, we're the same height," and then Ray starts doing the motion of like giving head basically, and Cena's like, "Oh," and then he gets up. So I thought that was funny. When the whole feud with Carlito, where Carlito allegedly stabbed him in a club, I thought that was goofy as
Yeah,
shit.
Jesus.
Jesus, which I think this already, is that originally that was supposed to be New Jack,
Right.
according to New Jack, but granted, it's New Jack. I don't know if you can believe everything he says, but originally that was supposed to be New Jack and not Jesus, but which that would have been interesting. Let me kind of flip the topic. Let me think of something more unique. I have a unique question. So as far as like opponents, and we talked about every single opponent Cena's face. Who are some opponents you wished he would have had more matches with or more feuds with?
Uh, he pretty much like he didn't never have a match with Hogan.
No.
I would have liked to see that.
Mhm.
Even though it would have been different, right? But like the Hogan of the 2000s versus actual Hulk Hogan, I think that would have been a match I probably would have wanted to see for sure.
I would have loved to see him have a feud with Jeff Hardy. That would have been fun. I know they had one match, and I remember a fan like ran in during the match before it started. And granted, when Cena first started, Jeff was kind of already on his way out, or he got fired. And then when Cena was already on top, that's when Jeff came back. So their schedule. I mean, actually, they were on the same show, so I guess it's just like their universes didn't really align, so to speak. But I would have liked a feud with Jeff and John. I think that would have been a fun feud.
I think him and Lashley should have more matches with each other.
Well, yeah, they had that one feud in summer, and then that's
The
when
Great American Bash, yeah.
yeah, and that's when Lashley left. Um, I'm surprised he never had a feud with Ray. Being that,
Well, he definitely like did take the title off Ray.
yeah, when Ray won the title, and then
he definitely buried Ray in his fucking title reign.
Well, I mean, because like they were on SmackDown for so long with each other, I'm surprised there was never a feud. You know, because there's a feud with him and Eddie, which that's another feud I wish would have went longer. Was him and Eddie? They just had like the feud on SmackDown, and then after that, it just kind of ended. And also,
One guy that I would like to see. I mean, it's definitely 1,000,000% not going to happen. Well, never say never in wrestling if the money's right. You know, what I mean, maybe the Saudis will bring Cena out of retirement, but if MJF comes over, we'll like to see that.
I mean, eventually he might even come over. I mean, MJF's already a Hollywood guy now. He's doing a lot of movie roles, and by movie roles, I mean like movies that people are watching. You know, he was in the Happy Gilmore movie. He's going to be in the sequel to that Santa Claus movie with the dude from Stranger Things. So yeah, I think it could be something that could happen because no one ever really stays retired in wrestling. Because at the end of the day, it's all about money.
The closest one was Shawn, but the Saudis got him out of retirement.
Which that pissed me off because that match was fucking horrible.
Well, you go Taker's been retired. Do you see another match with Undertaker?
No.
Certainly fucking don't.
The guy can barely move. No. I think Shawn Michaels would be more believable because the guy's still in shape and he looks like he can go, but he just chooses
no.
not
Shawn ain't gonna be. He ain't come out of retirement.
No, John. I believe John when he says that he was gonna stay out of it because I think he has a little bit more respect for the business and not just like, ooh, the Saudis are offering me more money. It's like, I think John, when he says he's gonna stay away from the business, I believe him.
What if it's like a situation where it's like something happens, like something abnormal happens, where it's like I don't even want to say it because like I don't want to say anything bad's gonna happen to anybody or anything. But let's say something happens to a wrestler or a situation happens, and it's like WWE is doing like a benefit show.
Mm-hmm.
All proceeds go to whatever situation, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they bring John Cena out of retirement for that reason. And John Cena's like, you know what? Hey, this one time only, I'm gonna do this. I can see something like that. It's a crazy circumstance. I'm being very vague about it because again, I don't want to bring up anything anything that can happen. You know what I mean? But that's the only way I can actually see him coming out of retirement, something like that. But like just normal, like, hey, hey, I challenge you to a match at WrestleMania. It's, John Cena versus, I don't know, Kenny Omega. I don't know, whoever. I don't see that happening.
I mean, I think if it's like beneficial for not him, but for like, hey, we need your help with something because we want to raise money for charity, yada, yada, yada. I can see John doing that, where if it's like, it's for charity, it's not for me, I'm not getting paid. The money is going to someone else, not me.
He's been giving back to the business a lot. I don't know if you haven't seen, but like he was at a wrestling camp this past weekend.
John.
Did you see that?
I don't think I did. No.
He was at a wrestling camp and it was all women, and I think it was like Bailey was. It was like Bailey's wrestling camp, but like. There was like a lot of young women wrestlers there, and he was kind of showing them like, just showing them like fundamentals of certain things and like selling and all that stuff. So I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah, John. I say John like I know him. Cena's someone who's always very giving. Because he's a guy who, he always said he worked hard. He did work hard because. Before he became a wrestler, he was, there's those like famous photos and videos of him holding up his cardboard championship belts, and then eventually became a bodybuilder, and then he became a wrestler. He started wrestling I think in like '99, I believe, and he really did have to work for that spot. And people like Jim Cornette, who trained him down in OVW, had said that Cena was the only one that Danny Davis allowed to drive the ring truck. Like, he was literally the only wrestler that he had trusted him to do that. So he's someone that he worked hard for his spot. Was he always the nicest guy? I mean, no. But then again, you can't always be the nicest guy in the world. You can be the...
Who was one wrestler or wrestlers or situation where you thought John Cena should have put that particular wrestler or situation over?
I thought he should have put the Nexus over. I really do. Like, that SummerSlam match, like, Jericho and Edge, they talked about how Cena was supposed to put him over, but Cena kind of politicked his way into kind of doing his own thing.
Right.
And then when they got to the back, Cena went, okay, I should have just put them over. Like
in hindsight, was it the right or wrong decision?
It was the wrong decision. Because it really killed that group, because they came in with a lot of buzz. Because like they literally came in and just started beating the shit out of people.
Right.
And it's like, okay, when you have a group that's like this, that like you're portraying as badasses, you got to really keep that momentum. And Cena just kind of pulled the rug from under them. And it's just like, okay, well, I guess that's done.
What's going to be the end result? Let's say Nexus wins that feud. What will have been the end results of everything with that?
I mean, it would have made him look better.
Okay.
Wade.
Out of everybody there, like, Wade Barrett was really the only guy that was really worth a damn.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, again, it's always one of those things of like hindsight isn't always 20/20, because you can push someone all you want, but they got to be someone that's worth putting asses in seats. But it's always one of those things of just like, should the top drawing guy put over literally anybody? It's like, no, not really. But in this case, if you're getting your ass handed to you by an entire group, you should really, I don't know, make them look good. Do something with them. But
right.
But let me ask you this. Let me ask you the question you asked me. Who is someone that you think Cena should have put over?
I'll be honest, I really can't really think of anyone that's like, oh, you probably should have put that guy over. You know what I mean? But let me think. I mean, honestly, man, like, it's maybe have Mark Henry win the WWE title when Mark Henry fake retired. But it wasn't like Mark Henry wasn't a star, right? He was a former world champion. You know what I mean? But like,
well,
as far,
I'm sorry. Yeah. According to Mark Henry, Cena was actually willing to put him over, but Mark Henry declined it because he told Vince, "Is like, listen, I'm not the guy anymore. Like, I can't be that. I can't be in that spot. You know, Cena's the guy right now." So that was actually Mark Henry's call to put Cena over, according to him.
Right.
Rusev could have been another name. You know, Rusev had a lot of momentum, and or not actually. Scratch that. Bray Wyatt. He should have put over Bray Wyatt.
Yeah, but Bray Wyatt is still it wasn't like Bray Wyatt didn't become a mega star.
Yeah, but then that kind of started Bray Wyatt's start and stop feuds, where he'd always start a big feud with someone, and then it would end with him losing, and then he would go away.
I think Bray Wyatt ended up fine. He's immortal. It's not like you don't have to think about Bray Wyatt. Like, if you mention like to someone like, oh, Bray Wyatt, oh yeah, I know him. If you mention a name like Wade Barrett, like, oh. Wade Barrett, oh yeah, I kind of remember him. Yeah, it's like you gotta have to think about it a little bit. You know what I mean? Justin Gabriel, like, oh man, like. Bray Wyatt ended up being fine.
I personally think Cena should have put him over when he should have. That's just me, because like
WrestleMania 30. No, I agree, but like I didn't think like in the long term, I didn't think Bray Wyatt was super hurt by it either.
In some ways, it kind of hurt his momentum, because like he was coming in as almost like the new Undertaker, and then he runs into that brick wall known as John Cena. So again, like, did he like become a complete nobody? Like, no, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying like that win could have really meant something. Especially when you're really just pushing this guy as something new, when before he was Husky Harris. And then
he got his win back though.
Yeah, true. But I don't know, to me, it's just that's one of those things of just and also we've already heard stories about how like a lot of the top guys don't exactly have the kind of pull that we think that they do. Because at the end of the day, it was all down to Vince. If Vince wanted you to win, you were winning. You know what I mean? Because like Cena could just easily tell Vince, "Hey, let me put this guy over," and Vince can be like, "No, we're putting you over." At the end of the day, like Vince was the one that wrote the checks, and Cena made the money, but Cena wasn't the one, giving everyone orders. So again, it's always one of those things where it's just like easier said than done. But what else? I guess those are the only ones that come to mind that I can really think of. Do you have any other like choices?
No, I think we're good.
All right, so we talked about posters. We talked about opponents. Let me kind of do something.
Who's his best feud?
Punk.
Definitely the most memorable. I think the guy that I think he's most compatible with to me is Edge.
Okay. There was the Best of 7 series with Booker T. That was kind of fun.
Yep.
He had a nice feud with Rene Dupree. I remember that.
Jesus. Yeah.
There's another guy, Rene Dupree, who should have been a bigger star. Who are some other names? Yeah, that's about it. Let me ask you something. So, we've already had this discussion about actors turned wrestlers. Batista being the better actor, The Rock being the bigger star, obviously, in Hollywood. Cena's kind of creeping up there. You see Roman doing more Hollywood roles. You see Punk doing more roles. Who's some current, not even just WWE, but we see MJF from AEW getting some roles. Like, who are some current wrestlers on TV that you think could be either really good actors or bigger stars in Hollywood, if you had to pick?
Does it have to be movies? Can it be like TV shows or voice acting or anything like that, or does it just have to be like movies?
It can be anything. Doesn't matter.
Okay. I can see someone like a Sheamus doing like voice acting, or Drew McIntyre doing, because of their accents, whatever, right? Cody, obviously, I think Cody's like got to be next in line sooner rather than later for something like that.
He's in the Street Fighter movie.
You're obviously right. It's Guile. I will say, let me see. I'm trying to think of who. I think Kenny Omega can do like some voice acting stuff, like for like video games and shit like that. I think that'll be like up his alley for something like that. Trying to think. I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of people that have a lot of talents. Like, I just not really like fully seeing it. Like it could be like someone random right now that we're not even thinking about. Like, oh yeah, that guy should definitely, he becomes like a huge star, and it's like, oh yeah, that. Just Liv Morgan.
Okay.
I see Liv Morgan. She's already been doing like some horror shit.
Yeah.
I could see her.
She just filmed a movie, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, on the women's side of things, yeah, Liv Morgan. Maybe Rhea for like not saying for like Fast and Furious, but like a movie like that. You know what I mean?
She wants to be in the next Terrifier movie because she loves Terrifier.
Oh yeah. Yeah, for sure. You know what I mean? But like, it's definitely people that we're probably not even really thinking about right now either, too, as well. Like like, maybe like, 3 years from now or whatever, 4 or 5, 6 years from now, is like, oh my god, Ethan Page, he's the next big action star. Like, what I mean? Like, I mean, you never know.
Right. You kind of named everybody. I mean, Rhea looks like someone who should be in movies. I know Samoa Joe does. He does the Twisted Metal show.
Yeah.
Where he's he does the body work for Sweet Tooth, and Will Arnett does the voice. So he does a great job with that. Bianca, I think, will be fun in movies. Jade.
Oh yeah, that's another name there. Yeah.
Jade looks like fucking Storm from the X-Men, and she wants to play Storm from the X-Men. But can she act?
One person I think that would be good for stunts. Probably not an acting role if they, have him in the right situation, right body. Darby.
Yeah, true.
But for stunt purposes, not acting, like, you know what I mean, for something like that.
Yeah, you can definitely do a lot of crazy shit. Yeah. Who are some other names? Trying to think. I can see Roxanne being in like a TV show.
I was thinking Roxanne. I certainly hope so. I'm not really seen it yet. Hope I'm wrong though. I really hope I am. Yeah, I really hope that she, branches out more for sure.
Yeah, very true. Who's someone else? I mean, I already said Roman. Roman's already doing shit. Becky's already doing stuff. She's on the new Star Trek show. Charlotte.
What
was that?
No, I was saying that's like a super obvious one.
Charlotte, I'm surprised doesn't do movies.
She's not really too charismatic.
Yeah, true. I mean, she has a look, but but you have to have, you gotta like be interesting when you talk.
Like who would be like the shocker one, like where it's like kind of like Vladimir Klitschko.
Vladimir Klit?
Yeah, no. Of Vladimir Klitschko. I was thinking about the
Kozlov,
the boxer. Yeah, but Kozlov. He's in Hollywood.
Yeah, he came out on The Punisher, the TV series, where like he was in the gym and all these guys were fighting the Punisher, and he just like killed all of them. So I remember from that. Montez Ford.
I'm sorry.
Montez Ford would be kind of fun.
As what? I
don't know.
What
like,
do you think he'd be good at?
Maybe like an action movie. I mean, because he's athletic, he's charismatic. So,
I think I can really see him like in some type of like kind of like with Darby in some type of stunt role.
I have one for you, and John Moxley.
Like in a stunt role.
Maybe being like a tough guy, where he's like, "I'm the tough guy."
Yeah. Well, yeah. You know what? Do you remember that WWE? That was like, it was like 2K16 or 2K17 commercial. Well, with the Terminator.
Oh yeah, from Judgment Day.
He did that little part where it was like 20 seconds, whatever. I thought he did actually pretty fucking well in that.
Judgment Day is one of my favorite movies, and I like that scene where he's like, "You forgot to say please." Yeah. Again, there's so many people out there that they look like they can do movies. So
yeah, potential. Yeah. Some will vary in size, but like if you were to tell me like in 10 years from now, oh my god, Griff Garrison.
Oh God!
He's Hollywood action star, bigger than the Rock has ever been. I'll be like, yeah, I don't see it, but whatever. Or you know what? They probably they can probably make a movie about Luke Perry and Jack Perry plays.
Oh God! You know who would be funny? I'm surprised Kevin Owens doesn't do things, because he seems like someone who's very charismatic.
He would be great in comedies, I think.
Right, like it was like dark comedies. He can be like the tough guy trying to beat someone up. Like, he'd be funny. He'd definitely be funny. Sami Zayn will be funny. Um, yeah, again, there's a lot of people, but um, what other Cena topics do you have on mind?
I don't have anything else right now.
Yeah, so we pretty much got everything covered. Unless there's anything else you want to bring up. Yes, no?
No, I didn't hear what you said. It cut out.
I'm sorry. I was saying unless there's like anything else you want to bring up that was non.
No, we're good. We're good.
All right, people. Well, that'll be the end of tonight. We gave our thoughts on the career of John Cena, as well as some other John Cena related topics. We hope you all had fun listening in the Discord as well as the YouTube channel. And like always, I gotta thank Justin for making these shows work the way they do. Thank you, Justin.
Sure.
But if you're listening on YouTube, again, subscribe to the channel. We're currently at 178. It might be more. But sub to the channel. Help us get those numbers up.
How was the? I know you said that the chat was going over there. How was the chat throughout the show?
On YouTube, we got Athrelex. He's doing double duty. He's in the YouTube chat as well as the Discord. So he kept the flow going in the YouTube chat. So thank you, Athrelex, if you're listening. Actually, you are listening. You're in the Discord chat, but yeah, subscribe to the YouTube channel. You not only get wrestling with me and Justin, and occasionally Jeff Lippman when we cover NXT shows, which the next one won't be until sometime next year. I don't know when that is, but you also get entertainment variety with me and RJ, the Brooklyn Savage, which we will be doing a show tomorrow. Definitely tomorrow. We will be going live. There's some big news coming up, some trailers coming up. The Supergirl trailer and allegedly the Avengers Doomsday trailer is dropping tomorrow. Allegedly.
I saw
or teaser.
I saw something on X earlier, and I was like, "This trailer looks like AI, looks fake."
Yeah, you can't trust it. I'll get these weird notifications from Google. They'll be like, "The trailer for Spider-Man: Brand New Day," and it's just like, that looks fake as fuck. Stop. So, but we will be covering that tomorrow.
The direction we're going in now, AI's taking over. So.
Yeah, unfortunately, Skynet trying to warn us. But no, yeah, tomorrow we'll be covering those, and also our top 10 for the best and I guess not necessarily worst, but our least favorite comic book properties, whether it be in movies or TV shows. So we'll be doing that. So look out for that to drop tomorrow, live in the morning. And then, of course, Metal Drive Hoops, which is every Sunday at 6, with my friend Anthony and his friend Mike, where we just talk about the Spurs mainly, but we also talk about the league. So we just put out the third episode recently. So check that out.
Speaking of the league, obviously Spurs playing right now, but the Thunder destroyed the.
That was a
they destroyed the Suns. They beat them by fucking 50 points.
Oh yeah, the Thunder are taking it this year. They're not only taking the NBA Cup.
I don't see who's gonna beat them unless there's like a catastrophic injury or like a major trade happens. For example, like for example, if Giannis comes to the Spurs and we don't give up a ton, then I can see the Spurs being a threat. But man, it's crazy.
We talked about that on Sunday. They're not trading for Giannis because to get Giannis, the Bucks are going to want something nice in return, and by nice I mean they're going to want a Castle or a Harper, and those guys are off limits.
Why does it have to be this is what I don't get about when people talk about this Giannis trade. Why does it just have to be two teams? How come we can't get a third or a fourth team involved?
It's just how people operate, but it's like I've been having a fun time arguing with Spurs fans on social media, which I should know better, but it's one of those like random.
Spurs fans on Facebook is the dumbest people I ever met in my life.
Oh yeah, like they I don't know how I get these pages, but like they'll post like, oh, Giannis for Stephon Castle and Dylan Harper and Jeremy Sohan and Keldon Johnson and draft picks. Who says no? I'll go, me. I'm not giving up all that shit for Giannis. Like, fuck that. Like, and somebody, of course, was arguing with me and tried to use Kyle Kuzma as an example. Well, you said Kyle Kuzma, you've already lost. Stop. So, yeah, Facebook groups, they're worse than Twitter. They're like 1,000 times worse than Twitter, in my opinion. But no, like, if it's one of those things of like, if they can find a way to get Giannis on this team without having to give up a lot, and if anything, I would probably give up Sohan and maybe a
Sohan
Champagne.
ain't gonna get us fucking Giannis.
No, I'm saying like if they can find a way to get like a third or fourth team in the trade.
But we have to give up someone significant.
That's what I mean.
I'm not saying Harper. I'm not saying Harper or Castle or even Fox. But like it will have to be Sohan. Has to be Sohan. It has to be Devin. It has to be maybe Keldon. I'm not saying all these guys together, but I'm saying these are the guys that have to get traded. The Atlanta pick, maybe our first round pick, and whatever third team is going to give out. It's typically the third team. It may be Brooklyn because Brooklyn's trying to get rid of some assets. New Orleans trying to get rid of some assets right now as well. So there's a lot of options that they can go in for something like that. But do I think we need Giannis? I don't think we need him. But I mean, if we don't give up a lot to get him, I'll fucking take him for sure.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like if there's a way we can get Giannis without having to give up a whole lot, that'd be awesome. But in all actuality, I don't think they need him. And I think if Giannis does get traded, it's not even going to be this year. It's going to be in the summer. Because
it may, but the team I'm more worried about him going to. I mean, not saying I'm worried, but like, I can see him going to somewhere like Atlanta. I think Atlanta would be a great fit for him.
That's random.
Why?
But why Atlanta, though?
Have you seen Atlanta's roster?
I'm pissed off that Atlanta's playing this well without Trae Young.
Have you seen their roster?
They have a roster full of really good young players, which, again, me saying I'm pissed off that they're playing this well without Trae Young, because that means that, you know, they're going to make the play-in or playoffs, and that top pick isn't really going to be a top pick.
I don't care about the Atlanta pick.
Right. But I don't know. Again,
if we still need to have these high draft picks at this point, then we're Disperse is doing something fucking wrong.
No, you're right. I think at the moment they're doing pretty well. I think they can maybe use another point guard just to kind of fill up the gaps whenever some people
this team's full of guards already. We got Harper, Castle, Fox. We got McLaughlin. We got fucking Waters. We're full on points. I think if we need like another wing, like another great wing, I think something like that, or even like another big.
Yeah, I was gonna say that because like when
we don't need point guards. We got way too many point guards on the team already.
When Cornette was out for that one game, they started Biyombo, and it's like, why are you starting Biyombo?
Yeah, we need to get. Now I won't say get rid of Biyombo now, but like we need to start thinking about replacing Biyombo.
Yeah, because it's like Olenek. I think Kelly Olenek, I think, has been doing good. But yeah, they don't have any other extra big men on the bench. Like that could definitely help. But yeah, we'll get off here pretty soon so we can enjoy the game. But yeah, Meadow Drive Hoops, look out for that, and then Twitter X DY Experience, Instagram and TikTok, same name. So and that's how I'll be posting all the reels and all that other shit. And we'll be back next week, same time, same channel. Like Cena, we have few dates left until the end of the year. The year-end show will be on a Tuesday at 8 p.m. Central Time. At 8 p.m. Central Time, live on YouTube, where we will be going over our favorite to least favorite things in the year of 2025, and there's a lot of them for pro wrestling. So
what do you already have the the
nominees?
Categories and stuff like that?
I do. Let me pull them up real quick. I
sure
actually posted them in the Discord chat.
I yeah.
Because I made like artwork for it. But here we come on. And
Get a live reaction out of me here.
okay, all right. All right. So best match of the year, worst
Okay.
match of the year,
Okay.
male wrestler of the year, and worst male
Uh,
wrestler of the year.
okay.
Female best and worst female wrestler of the
Wait, we're
year,
doing best and worst.
or we can say least favorite. I'm gonna say worst, but I'm just
Okay.
throwing it out there. Tag teams
Okay.
best and worst.
Oh, come on, really? We're really doing that?
Again, I'll choose mine. You don't have to choose yours, but I'm just throwing it out there.
Okay. Yeah, sure.
To be honest, there hasn't really been a lot of good tag teams this year. But
Yeah,
well,
okay.
okay, maybe I'll throw that out.
I want to say like you think it's kind of redundant with the best and worst.
In some ways, okay, overrated wrestler of the year, or you can say overhyped.
Sure.
Underrated wrestler of the year. So, basically, just like someone who's always technically been good, but it's just now you're realizing, wait, how is it that this guy has been hidden this whole time? Or I guess you can call it like a hidden gem. That's the best way to put it. So yeah, underrated. Most improved.
Sure.
That's another category we have. 2026 is my year award.
Yep.
Best moment of the year, or biggest moment of the year, however you want to put it. Best and worst pay-per-view of the year. Best and worst promo of the year. Bonehead moment of the year. So this could be something. Usually it's something unrelated to wrestling, but more related to someone who's in wrestling that just does a very dumb thing to do. So, rookie of the year, best announced team, and then best and worst faction. And if there's any other categories we can think of, we'll add them. But those so far are the categories for Tuesday. And I'll forward this over to Justin.
That's gonna be on the 16th next week, or is it the 23rd?
23rd on a Tuesday.
Okay, I thought it was 23rd. I just wanted to make sure. Okay.
Okay, but 23rd, people. That'll be our year-end award. That'll be the. Wait. Let me do the math in my head. 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. The 8th annual year-end awards. So, but Justin, tell them about Spinebuster Tees.
Yeah, you guys want to find me, Spinebuster Tees, spinebustertees.com. Get yourself a t-shirt shipped out to you. It takes about a week and a half to get shipped out to you. Spinebuster Tees on Instagram. Follow me, see what I have going on inside my shop, which is Spinebuster Tees at the Wonderland of the Americas. Come and get yourself a t-shirt. Many different designs are available. T-shirts, action figures, Funko Pops, trading cards, magazines, lucha mask, pretty much anything you can think of. Pro wrestling DVDs that you can find inside my shop. That is Spinebuster Tees at Wonderland of the Americas. Spinebuster Tees on Instagram and spinebustertees.com.
Yes, sirree, bub. And that'll be it, people. We want to thank y'all. And me and Justin will see y'all here next week. And I will see you tomorrow morning and as well as Sunday at 6 p.m.
What's tomorrow morning again?
Me and RJ, we're going to be doing
That's right.
Friendly Neighborhood Marks. It's going to be early in the morning because that's usually the best time we go for.
Do y'all go live on YouTube for that as well?
Well, tomorrow we're officially going live on YouTube.
First time.
Yeah. Y'all
may actually get like a good audience for it.
Oh yeah.
Depending on how you tile it and stuff. So yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna be. It's gonna be a fun show. So yeah, look for that to happen, people. It's gonna 10 in the morning Central Time. So, and then of course live on YouTube at 6 p.m. Central Time on Sundays for Meadow Drive Hoops. But that's about it, people. We are done. We hope you guys enjoyed tonight's show. We hope you enjoy our other shows, as well as Saturday night's main event this Saturday on Peacock, and for UK viewers on YouTube. So, anyways, people, we're done. Peace out.
Peace.